Let me start recording now. Okay, guys. Today is October the 5th, and we're gonna go with a regular midweek seminar, trying to find a way to these markets. Like I say about 2 minutes ago, these markets are very well correlated. Of course, not every one of them they're gonna be like one after the other, but in the way that they won't be out to, let's say, the 15-minute charge on the same degree, on the same stroke to bat. Technically, overall, I see a great relationship, correlation between the markets right here. And that's going to be my job today, to explain to you guys what we believe, knows what's happening now. So my job is going to be why we should be expecting, let's say, within the next, I would say, 3 weeks of trading is what I believe is going to happen. I believe that it's going to take a great deal of bouncing risk pretty soon. Now, we're going to start here. This is the US dollar. There is no laboring. I would put the laboring after in the order signal, but in that way, you're going to be able, guys, to see what we mean. So, technically speaking, the US dollar looks like it created a bottom here, as many of you guys know already, and it did like a 1, ABC, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and a series of 3, 4. This high right here, it looks at this stage that this high is most likely the top and the dollar within the wave 3. If you take some figure here, you guys gonna see that is the 1.618, usually wave 3, and what we are expecting is a Winnex on the dollar to minimum, I would say 78.35 or even lower 77.40 to one of these two previous waveforms. Another point that I want to mention is this is the most logical way is right here. The count that you guys see right here, that when we're going to go here, another high on the dollar, and then 3 wave backs with the top, with the bottom in place, and higher. This is being an extremely good experience for other waivers around the world, because not many people thought this as a nest. That was amazing until it started breaking higher. And I remember us when we were around here, I mentioned that those trend line, if it was broke to the upside, means bullish. Otherwise, it's gonna go to the new low. We were favoring the low right there, but when he broke higher, we knew that at least 77 at that stage is gonna be traded. Now, I draw this for you guys here. As you guys know, this is the regular Elliott Wave pattern, and as of right now, we are either here or here. In one of the two stages, we are right there with the dollar, either at the top right here, or either we are right here or here. So either way, it's gonna be dollar Winnex, like James and me, we've been mentioning all over the week, that we know that the cycle is coming to the end. If you guys go to the side and go to the daily technical all day, you guys can see right there that we've been laboring every dollar pair like the cycle is coming to the end. All right. Now, very interesting. We are right here and we say, okay, what's going to happen with the rest of the pairs? Technically, like I say, 2 ways. Either we're going to get a wave 4 when we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is a cycle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is another cycle. And now we need 1, 2, 3, we need a 4 and a 5, and then we're gonna close another cycle. So what do you have? You have a dollar weakness, a dollar strength, and then a huge dollar weakness, which is this one right here. Any questions so far for the old and the new clients? Everyone follow me so far, right? Where we are with the dollar right there. Now, let's take all this line for a second, and let's see how can we correlate some pairs with this pattern. This is a delay charge on the daily, so that's why you see the candle should be filled to the downside. Okay, let's take, and we're gonna go, let's put a closing line here, and that's gonna be the dollar. Right here you guys can see a black mean the US dollar. Now, what we were expecting in the dollar, a weakness, a strength, and we're gonna expect 1, 2, 3 to see the dollar around this support area again, which comes around 76. So what's gonna happen with the euro? What's gonna happen with all those pairs? Right? Guys, if anybody have a question, please, you can type it on the, you guys should have something right there because I see people raising their hands. You guys should type it there, and I'm gonna be more willing to answer your questions. All right? Now, like I say, how we gonna correlate? This is the path that we see on the dollar. What's gonna happen with the rest of the pairs? Because technically, this market is nothing more than the correlation. Everything here is correlated one way of the other. There is correlation everywhere, and the market, all it needs, at least in my eyes, the market needs to make sense. I mean, I need to see that it makes sense. I won't, in other words, guys, I won't buy the euro dollar, and in the same way, I'm gonna be selling let's say I'm gonna be selling cable. I'm never gonna do that as a trade. As a trader, I'm never gonna do that. This market is well correlated. Everything is related in groups of metals, in groups as an S&P, the dollar, the yen. Everything has their own group, and at the end of the day, everything is correlated. What is called risk off, risk on. There are pairs that they are risk currency, and there are pairs that they are safe haven currency. All right. So let's start now with the S&P, and let's gonna put the S&P right here. And this is getting very interesting right here. Look at the S&P. This is the Senate. Remember, S&P is the, I'm sorry, I'm tapping. S&P is the green one, right? So technically speaking, as high goes the dollar, lowest go the S&P. That's usually like that. Now, on the S&P, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 swings. Interesting. After 5 swings, what we have right here in an Elliott Wave, after 5 swings, it becomes a 3-way in an Elliott Wave, right? So what are you expecting in the S&P? You're expecting 3 ways higher. You're expecting 3-way high. All right. Now, on the S&P right here, you're saying that the dollar have a wave 4 and a wave 5 to come. The dollar is probably the clearest structure at all in the whole market. So how the S&P can have one more round of weakness before getting strong? Only one way, with the ending diagonal from here. That's the only way. So what you're expecting in an S&P is an strength as is happening right now. And then you got from here, 1, 2, 3. It's going to test here, and then it's going to trade lower. This move lower in the S&P is this move higher in the dollar. This move lower in the S&P and the dollar is this move higher in the dollar, in the S&P, I'm sorry. You guys see it? It's, at least in my eyes, it's very clear. So we got the S&P, we got the dollar, right? Now let's take the S&P out of the, the dollar out of the equation. All you guys know already when we are on the dollar. Let's put the euro on top of the S&P. Guess what? That's what you got. Look, a blue is the euro. The green one is the S&P. Look at the structure from here. So that's why we are favoring the scenario of the euro. I have to laugh because it's, at least for my eyes, it's so clear that you got 1, 2, 3, and then the euro is going to trade around 34.70, 34.40 area, and it's going to drop. And then this move in wave 4 in the euro is the wave 4 in the dollar down. And then when the euro makes the fifth way in the S&P, in the euro, it makes the fifth way here, the dollar is going to make the fifth way higher. And then the euro is going to recover in 3 together with the S&P, and the dollar is going to get weak. Don't you guys see the correlation there very clear, David? At least in my eyes, it's very clear that the S&P and the euro, they're both making an ending diagonal there, both of them. Let me go a little more in time, like at 8 hour, so you guys can see it here. This is the 8 hour, and then you guys can see it. Look, 1, 2, 3. Sorry, because when you use overlay like this, it's very, sometimes it's not like a regular chart. Look, trend line here, trend line here. That's what's gonna happen. In my opinion, that's what's gonna happen. You see the two diagonals there, and then the only way that you can accommodate the dollar to get weak and strong is like that. It's with the diagonal. And then we're gonna see the S&P at 1040, 1060 area. We're gonna see the euro at 130, 131, 129 extension. So that's how I see it. That's why me and James, we see it. And in general, Elliott Wave forecast, we see it. So that's for the S&P and the euro. Now, let's keep going and move on right here. Put the dollar back. Let me put the dollar CAD with the dollar right here. Let me take this charge. And that's why yesterday we would like to take the Euro CAD trade, because we knew right moment that the CAD is gonna outrun the euro. Eventually, I mean, we cancel the trade, and it dropped today like it. Amazing. Now this is the dollar CAD with the dollar index. Thank you. You like it, right? Very good, man. We try. I mean, now, right here, look how these two pairs that are related. The difference is that the dollar CAD could create a bottom here, and then it's very clear. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right now, we should be around here. Remember, this is when you do this is not real time. So technically, what the CAD needs to do, it needs to go lower and then higher, complete the cycle, and then from there the CAD should trade lower also. That's why you see that today the CAD is outrunning the euro, and the euro CAD is trading lower. That's the reason why. So the CAD is gonna chase higher, like the CAD and the dollar, they are copycat. They are together. Look, and then I don't know. I was saying that this market is so well correlated in the dailies and the weekly charts that is unbelievable. Of course, if you get to the 4 hour and the hour, you're gonna get confused with the swings. But on the dailies, on the weekly, it's a clock. It's dollar. The dollar is gonna be king for the next, I would say, 18 months. I don't know, but it's gonna go strong. It's gonna go pretty strong. Now, right here, look at the dollar and the CAD. You see the pad. I see the pad. Dollar win next probably for today and tomorrow. And then sometimes tomorrow, maybe when the ECV comes around, boom, the dollar is going to get some legs. But I need to see the dollar lower. And I need to see the S&P in three-way before we can start taking long dollar position. But it's very clear to me. Now, let's add right here the Singapore dollar. Look, another one showing the same path. But it's very interesting now. Very interesting. I was right on Sunday, Isa, and YouTube when we say that the Singapore dollar was doing a flat. That's exactly, I believe, what it's doing. Look, let's take the cat out. And then let's put in a small time frame here. You see, it's a copycat. And then look, while you're spreading, in a second, let me take the dollar. Let's put the cat. Let's put wait 1 second. Too many. Okay. Now, this is in the 8 hour. I don't see 5 ways here, to be honest with you. I see more like a 3. If you notice, this is an 8 hour chart that you guys know and love. I see 1, 2, 1, 2, and I only see it. I don't see right here a 4 and a 5. It's very close to invalidation, and the move on the high is the one, almost don't even reach the 1.236. So do not get surprised to see a strong move right here before bouncing higher. Now, on the dailies, what you see from the lows, you can score like 1, 2, 1, 2. I like it with an extended 5 and this being a flat. I like it like that. But otherwise, it's completed. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. You need one more high, one more low, one more high. So the dollar weakness is around the corner. The degree it can get ugly in the next 12 hours, 24 hours for the dollar. I believe that the market is telling me that still the dollar is going to bounce back and have one more high before a major degree weakness. But that's what I see. If I go a little small, like an 8 hour, and I put right here the RSI, look, I'm getting divergency on this pair, which is the Singapore dollar, same here. That's why I say that, and I've been telling you guys, it needs to be clear in order to take, don't chase too much the dollar strength. The dollar strength is exhausted, and it's going to be a big correction on the dollar. I believe that we are in the wave 4 already, and the euro won't have a wave 5, that the euro most likely is going to do the S&P. When we cover the euro, I'm going to show you a count that plays a bottom on the euro. The S&P also, I have a count that is calling for the bounce to be down. And then it comes a big recovery and risk. But I still favoring the diagonal. The principles counts, they're still in place. But they are very, very solid at technical count, saying that we already are in the highest degree correction on the dollar. I want to show you that. Now, let's move on to the dollar as a pair. Hope you guys enjoy this part. I always do that because that's part of my trading. Now, looks like this is the dollar. We are expecting this in some degrees. We are expecting this, something like that. I mean, it went too deep right there. Let me take it away because DV is gonna have a heart attack right there. 1 second. Something like this, and from here. That's most likely the path that the dollar is gonna follow. Now, another question is are we already here? Well, it won't be the first, it won't be the last. Wave 505, that never happened. How many you see, James? 505 that never happened. I see a bunch on it. And then I remember the biggest of all happened in June of last year. Remember? Last year, June. What happened? Everyone was expecting another low below 118.74. And then the market started going higher, higher. And I remember a service that they were calling at that stage, at the 618 of the last wave 5, they're still in a wave 4. So it won't be the first, won't be the last one. All I say is this can be already in this degree. It makes more sense for the dollar to be in this degree that with another high. But well, everything is possible. But this is most likely the path that the dollar is going to follow. I mean, I'm 100% sure, not to say 99, 100, that this is going to happen and the dollar is going to trade around 76 area in the next 2 or 3 weeks. I want to start selling the dollar, not now, but with a new high. I want to take short position in the Singapore dollar. I mean, start buying the euro about 129, 130 if it gets there, something like that. Now, that's for the dollar. Any question? Short time frame, like I say, and I'm going to put the sample to you guys. This is the 1 hour. Don't you guys see it's very deep already to be a 4 from here? And guess what? You know what everyone is going to do, right? Including me, James, everyone here. We're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then going to come right here. And they're going to say something like this, and done. The move is done. Most likely. That happens. It's not the first one. It's not the last one. That's why wave 5 or 5, you can chase wave 1 or wave 5 or wave 1 or wave 5 or wave 3. But wave 5 or wave 5, they are very tricky because everyone that knows how to do trading knows knows at that moment that the move is exhausted, and that's why there are truncation. That's why there are many things right there. So that's part of trading. So I see it very deep. Still, it's around the 3802, but it's very big in time. It's very separated already of the channel. So let's wait. I'm expecting dollar witness. That's my goal, dollar witness. Now, on to where we're going to take a look at this. And let's assume that the top is in place. And then we're going to take this. And we've been saying, James and me, we've been saying yesterday, overview, everywhere is that the dollar is ending a cycle. I don't feel comfortable taking long dollar position at this stage because you can get burned out, and there is nothing wrong to get a squeeze in this trading. Okay, let's assume that we are right here, which is the most likely scenario. Now, all you have to do is from here, my bad, from here, you take your fibers, and like I said before, it's gonna come. Look, this around 77 is a great buy, or 78.23 is a great buy. That's one or the other. This is an 8-hour chart. Look at the RSI, a huge momentum divergence there. Interesting, right? So if you take a look at the RSI from here, you got 1, 2, you got another 1, another 2, you got your 3, you got your 4. You see, everybody is divergence. The market needs to take a breath and then to keep going higher. Like I've been saying, even the scenario when, but we're spreading a huge sideways move right here. Look at the distance of this wave too. It took exactly 183 periods of 8 hours. So if we go to daily, we're talking that it took 549 hours. It took 22 days, this move. Am I correct? 1 second. It's very easy to know. Today's wars is done for dumb people. It's created for dumb people. Everything is so easy. 52 days. It took 52 days. This consolidation here. All right. That's for the dollar, guys. Any question that you guys have about the dollar? Any question, you guys? Any question about the dollar so I can answer? Okay, let's move on then. Now we're gonna go to copper right here. This is in the 4 hour. Look what he's doing. Another ending diagonal. That's why I believe that still there is another, it dropped today, right? That's what I believe, that still there is another round in risk, most likely. But look, another ending diagonal. Ending 3 ways from here. After 3 ways, it should come either. If it's correctly how it's labeling here, A, B, Z, should come a biggest recover to around this previous 3.8. That's the one that is going to take the S&P higher. That's the one that is going to take Euro higher. All the stuff off. If it's in 5, the recovery minimum is going to come to 3.28 or 3.46. So either way, it's telling you risk is going to recover. Don't get brain about it. Don't believe that all this move for the last 30 days, they're going to last forever. There is no straight line in trading. In trading, that's what Elliott Wave is one. For me, is the biggest discovery of all. That guy was very smart. But well, that's why we never chase the market. I don't care. I posted today. Today is the 5th of October. I got 25 days to make money. So let the market set it out, because right now it's on the stage when it can go and burn you out unless you put $1,000 P stop loss like people proposing on the TV channels. 400, 500 Ps is hard to lose a trade. You have to be really bad to lose a trade right there. But well, that's copper. If we take a look, and for the new guys, we cover copper because this is a huge indicator of when the risk trade is going to go. Now, let's take a look at oil, which I believe is also at the same stage. Look, it's becoming bullish. It did. This is one, we got 2 counts, technically. This was a clear 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 backs, and this can count as a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, a 4, and a 5. And then it looks like it's almost done, or is within another ending diagonal, but it doesn't look like a diagonal there anymore, unless it's going to do something like this. And then it's going to do a C-way diagonal. Possible, but in other words, this can be a 3-way, this can be a 3. Don't get surprised to oil also to do this scenario. But again, the minimum target is there. If we take a look at oil in the dailies, is ABCWSABZ. The minimum structure Y is there. We got a low below the A. Most likely, I would say this. It's going to extend a little bit, and it's going to hit the area that we've been mentioning in some degrees. But I think it can go, let me see one thing. It bounced from the, look at that. It bounced from the 618 today, or yesterday, whatever the day it bounced. You see, guys, that's why I always say Elliott Wave is the only one that allow you that. The only one. Because nobody that doesn't know Elliott Wave can identify that this low right here in oil is a meaning. In this market, I tweeted something about it yesterday when we say that every low, every high has a meaning. You need to understand that. No one, no indicators, nothing can tell you why this low right here is that low. And the reason being is because from here, that's the 618 right there. In other words, this leg is the 618 of this leg. That's the reason that it created that bottom. Ideally, it should go to 65. I question it down. I doubt it. but the dollar CAD have one more leg higher, so maybe can take you down, or maybe still can make a big wave flat before going lower. But at the end of the day, this is going to happen in oil, and this is the move that is going to take the S&P to 1258, 1300 again, like it or not. It's going to take the dollar to 76, like it or not. It's going to take the euro to 140, because now everyone wants a straight line down, and that won't happen. So that's what we like about this. Now, let's move on to the individual pairs, and then I'm going to let you guys to ask questions. I think it's very clear. I don't want to overstand it. You guys can ask as many questions as I want about. You like it, Isaac? Thanks, man. You know your opinion counts, like everyone, but you and me always talking on the background. There are gonna be, guys, 4 videos about the euro dollar today. We did a video in every time frame as possible, so you guys can see an idea of what we see and with a different scenario when, like we say on the video, I believe. I don't know if it was like that. I say that my primary count is the diagonal. Is based on that. The secondary count is, I don't remember the order, but I remember that the diagonal is the one in place. You're going to see everyone counting, and everyone's going to be counting the diagonal pretty soon. And we were talking about diagonals last week on the euro. Okay, on the euro, eventually, one second. I got almost all the videos done already. I see it there. I'm going to put a 4-hour. Let me take out the label here. This is very easy, guys. Very easy. First of all, as a waiver, the first things you need to do is see the momentum divergence that you got right there. It's huge. Second, you got to trace that trend line right there. That trend line right there. And the euro should not surpass that trend line, some degrees. Now, let me put a little bigger so you guys can see it better. I'm going to take the labels off because anyway, you guys going to have a video about it. You see, this is an 8-hour. For the new guys, I love the 8-hour chart due to the fact that every session is an 8-hour, and also it's a FIBO level. Also, it's my birthday. So technically, you divide 24 by 3, another FIBO number, it gives you 8. So that way I like the 8 hours a lot. Now, on the 8 hours, it's very clear that this is the lowest momentum here, the highest momentum in the RSI, and from there, it's very clear that a possible wedgie is being formed right there in that way. Now, from here you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wave. 7 wave is corrective, right? So you need an 8 and a 9 to become an impulse. If it's the diagonal, you can subdivide it like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The divergency is telling me that possible is the diagonal because it's impulse. You can see right here Also in the other side, the positive diagonal there. Now, right here, there is a count that allowed the euro to be topped. It is A, B, C, W, S, A, B, and C when the B is a flat. Let me point you guys out that these two legs, they are equal to the peaks, and that's the reason that's the reason this is a low. Now, if that's the case, I like 130, 130 to become the low. The reason being is that if that's the low and it hold around, let me show you. It should trade, if there's the diagonal in place, everyone should take a trade around 34.20, 34.80, and ideally within a stop at 136.89, but that's too much. I would put my stop a little bit higher. I would trace all diagonals I can on the channels right here, like a channel here. I would put my stop on top of the channel right there that right now comes around 135 and change, and let them run. Why? You got it right, you got to get it moved to around this area. To where? Let's say that he goes to the 618, it can go to 129.52. 129.52 is around that area, is very huge. Very huge. So you guys see the counts which call for the bottom already in place, right? Is 1, 2, 3, W, S, A, B, Z, W, S, and then three ways in this move right here. I don't think at this stage that this is a wave 4. That's the least of the possibility for me right now. But I know without question in my mind that the euro is going to trade here. Now, when you guys watch the weekly video, you guys going to understand alternative. Everything is explained there on the daily, on the weekly. Everything is explained. So you guys going to have a better idea what we're talking about it. But that's what we see on the euro. The rest of the pairs, let's go to over the S&P. This is the S&P. One second, let me put the 4-hour first. This is what we are expecting. And it's been like that by the book. It's been like that. And we mentioned that since Sunday when the market was here. Remember, guys? Now, what you expecting? 1147. Why? 50% of the C way. What you got from the top? 3 ways. No 4, no 5. 3 ways. 1, 2, 3. Of course, if you put it a little bit more, you can get confused. That's a 3-way move. No single period of divergency. And this is telling that the euro also is about to create the wave fall. Now, trace a diagonal here. If you're going to sell it, sell it around 1145. 1145 on even a little, it can go to the 618. 1164. I would put my stop on the top of the channel right there, because if you break the channel, it's gone. There is a way to count it as a bottom also. When you go from here, 1, 2, let me see. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. There is 5 swings. 5 swings. Now, if you see a 4 and a 5, and then you question the scenario, because that can be the bottom. He cannot make a 4 and a 5 in the S&P. As simple as that. It needs to be 3 ways on the S&P. From the lows, this is part of this. Of course, Of course, it's a swing, but look the magnitude of the wave 2 compared to the wave 4. This is all one way, three ways, I'm sorry, A, B, Z. It should be looking for 1147 area. It should be looking for that area before it drops. All right? Very simple. That's all I have to say, guys. To be honest with you, I think it's as clear as the water. And now I'm going to leave you guys 30 minutes, 20 minutes. I want you guys, there is a bunch of people right there to ask questions about any pair. We're going to answer any pairs that you guys want me to explain. And we're going to go from there. Okay, let's start with the question. Aussie. Aussie is very clear too. I believe that Aussie, and I put it on there saying yesterday, it bottomed already. Wait, got that wrong. Let me rephrase it. It created a temporary bottom, like the dollar. Okay, this is no part of this anymore. This is a higher. This is a way forward. 1 second. And I believe that the metals. Let me see, it's right here. There you go. This is the 8 hour. Okay, technically, this is what it is in Aussie. I believe 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5, and then this is it right here. Everything is on the side. Right here, there is a cycle. 1 2 3 4 5. This cycle ended, and then Aussie should be in this cycle like the dollar is. It's a 96.77. Great position. 98.63, another great position. And then Aussie is going to trade lower to finish the move and then go higher. Nothing say, looking at the daily, nothing say that needs to be 5 away from the top. Technically, in my view, from here has one more low. The king of the Aussie is DV. DV, you agree with me? I mean, in my view, Aussie. From here, got one more low, and then it's gonna, after that low, I don't see that low taken into 89, which is the 1.618 of the first one. So that being the case, let me see one thing. Looks like the next low, 93.44, can be embraced. The lows that we have, which one is? 93.87 now. It's going to extend a little bit. So technically, I believe that Aussie is going to make another low from either 96, 90, 97 area or the previous 498.74. Any short trade, these are long swing trade and require a lot of stop loss. The stop should be on the top of the previous waveform. If you pass there, then Aussie is going to get here. That's for Aussie. Since yesterday, we switched the count and we start labeling as a wave 4. And that's why James and me, we've been writing and saying that the whole market is in the higher degree. Keeps getting the sunshine right here. In the highest degree correction. That's why we've been saying yesterday. Now, go. Let me see what it did today. Exactly what we were proposing right here. We say that go it was on wave 2 before going lower again. I believe that probably wave 4 ended here This looks to be in 5 ways impulsed. So if I'm going to do something for gold, I'm going to sell it around current levels of 1659 against 1679. I would take a short gold right there to see what's going on. Any other pair, guys? Any other pair? Let me see that one. The euro pound. That's very nice. That's one of the clearest structure on the market, my friend. The New Zealand. The euro pound also, in my view, is doing like a diagonal. I don't know if you guys can see it. It looks like this can be a triangle here, and then 3 ways in B, after 5 in A, and then from there can be 1, 2, 3, 4, and another swing lower. That depends on the euro, but I favor in the diagonal on the euro because also the correlation with the S&P. Because in the S&P you can call a diagonal to be N, but in the euro no. I mean, in the euro you don't have that ability. So I believe that this pair also is doing like a diagonal C way right there. Now the New Zealand is a beauty. New Zealand should be in the same stage than the Aussie. What is New Zealand here? I think he ended the wave 3 already. Where's New Zealand? My gosh. There you go. Yeah, but this is the weekly. Yeah, that's the weekly. 1 second. My bad, my friend. I have too many charts here. There you go. This is the 720 minutes. And by the book, guys, this is what it is. Don't be afraid to sell these pairs. Either of them, no, either Aussie or New Zealand. You got 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here. Let me put it to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The cycle close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another cycle close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another one. And now, like Aussie, we should be pretty close to turn the page. I would sell it for 76.87, 78.20 with a stop loss around 78.50. You don't need more right there. Ideal 79, but well. So you reach 200 picks, and you can get a move depending on the extension of the wave 5 and the dollar. Let's say from here, if 5 equals 1 there, you can get it to 73. Otherwise, but you can get a lot of pips, risking like 150 pips. You can get it to 74, minimum 73.25 on in extension. This is an extension. Let's say that it goes to 38, 71. If it goes to 76, 70. Now, relating the 1 and the 3, the 1.618 of these two, it was the low right there. I mean, ideally 71.55 is a heck of a trade right there. That's, if it's gonna do 5 waves from top, that's the area, 71.51. So you can risk how many picks? I know DV is gonna take those trades. I know him. You can risk right here 77, 78. You can reach 150 picks to make a 1,000. No, 1,700 picks. I'm gonna be taking those trades. Me personally, I'm gonna be taking those trades. And let's wait a little bit before I jump in with the service there. But I mean, that's in the 720. Let me see one thing. They look good. This is the 8-hour. There is divergence, but the divergence is the wave 3 of 3 right here. I mean, I see putting the swing on it, sorry, the candles, and seeing the RSI, I see here a low, a high, and then this is the lowest read. I like New Zealand a lot, much better than Aussie. And I'm going to tell you, of course, if one goes wrong, there goes the other. Because the fever relationship is so clear. And remember, guys, this is all a manipulation. Look, from here, look at the figures. 2.618. The whole world, I gotta laugh. The whole world agree that at 76.35 they're gonna start buying the house, the New Zealand. All retailers traded. We agree that right there we're gonna buy the New Zealand. Unbelievable. Sad, look at that. You love that. We all agree on that. Unbelievable. So that's perfect. That's telling me that this is that these three ways that are related, and then right here it's telling me it's a 3802, and then this is another one, I believe. If you take a look here, guys, gonna see the whole world agree 75 they're gonna buy that, the New Zealand. And this is a typical Elliott Wave fever relationship. 1, 2, 2, 6, 1, 8, 38, 2, 6, 1, 8. That's as clear as a water. Now, you need a 4 and a 5 because all you got is 1, 2, 3. You need a 4 and a 5. So, my advice, if you like the New Zealand, sell a small piece at 77, 76, 85. Another small piece at 78. There is like 120 picks different, and put your stop on 79. So you're risking 120 picks, but the return is so big. And this is telling you that the dollar isn't the way forward already, in my humble opinion. Now, if you go small from the lows, it looks corrective. Maybe 1, 2, 3, W, S, A, B, Z. And remember, the Fibo is just right here. So if that count is correct, I will go there now, David. I mean, I see three ways. I don't see. Look, 50%. It's a beauty. This is a beauty. 77.19, 77 area is very interesting there for that pair. Okay, my friend? You happy with the New Zealand? Amen. Now, the dollar CAD. One second. I mean, it's very clear, man. Dollar CAD also is a beauty. That's a big discussion, my good friend. Because if New Zealand is going to bounce from here, CAD won't get to 102. Thank you. Are you a trial member, right? It's hard to keep track on everyone. Sorry. Thank you. Hope you stay, man. We got like 100 and something new trials this week around the world. It's driving us a lot of people coming in. Okay, this is the CAD. One second. And I believe, guys, that the top in the dollar is not in place yet. I think they got one more high. One more high. Oh my gosh. What happened here? One second. Let me go to the CAD. I know Ron is asking me there. One second. A CAD ended the move right here. Now, the CAD is a very interesting pair. As you guys know, we mentioned it was on Sunday, right, guys? It go more. The CAD is gonna go. This is the low. One second. It missed the target that we were proposing right here for 106.57, but it missed it for about 50 pips. But in $1,000 pip move, come on, 50 pips is nothing. So I fear enough to say that this is 1, 2, and 3. Don't you guys agree? I would rather take New Zealand shore than long CAD. I gotta be honest with you guys. Why? Because if you're gonna take a long CAD, it needs to be from this low right here. I don't like it passed. It passed. It passed about the 23.6 right here. So the next area, okay, Ron said that he bought. Tom, you're selling it, right, Tom? Yeah, that's a good sell right there. We presented last night on the, just remember the charge on the CAD last night? It was calling lower. It was a clear way, a clear 5 ways right here from the top. Now, areas of interest, a CAD, I keep saying this, guys. If you're selling that high, I know you won't hold it. I know how you trade already. CAD can get deep and get to 102. Call me crazy. Call me whatever you guys want. But it can do it in 3 ways to 102 to go higher and do a nest. What do you mean before higher in V. No, this is the top. This cycle that started here ended there, most likely. That's the way it is. You see, from here you got 1, 2, 3, and a 5. So, yeah, the trend is strong, but the trend is strong to one point. This move, it wasn't that strong compared to this one. I know. No, in my view, it should bounce for 103. In my view, it should bounce higher for 103. Now, remember, all these pairs, sometimes they're tricky. Minimum object is right here. But, like I say, this can be the minimum 23.6. It can extend to 103. My advice to you guys, they're better buying than this one. Too short in time right here compares to the wave 2 right here. So don't get surprised to see shoppiness. I don't know. Something like that. Short time frame. Like a 15-minute time. You see, assuming 1, 2 on the top, 3, 4, and then correct here and then breaking lower. Maybe this is the, well, how much you read right here? 28, 28. It's in 3 ways down. It's testing the 23.6. And the equal legs right there, look. So it's a correction. What you're expecting is a correction. You're expecting nothing else. That's a correction, all I can say. I'm expecting another new high, but still it got pretty close to the 1.618. So I'm gonna mention the idea of the, how you call it, the nest, that if you take a look, and sorry guys, the old ones for the repetition, but there is a lot of new people there. The cat, this is the destiny of the cat. I'm going to call it like that, destiny. It should go this way. This should go this way. So don't get surprised to see a nest. Where Sky, let me see, my good friend. Sorry, guys. So this is a nest. I mean, maybe it needs a nest. That's what I've been saying that. Yeah. That's very possible, yes. Yeah, what Sai is saying that this can be a flat. Yeah, that's very good. That's very good. I haven't saw about it. He say 3, 3, and then lower to 102 in a flat before going higher. Exactly. Very good there. Hey, that's a good one, man. And then you told me you don't see the wave. That's a very good one. Very good one. That fixed the scenario pretty good. There you go. You were right. One more time, my friend. So that's a good one. I fixed very well the scenario. A recovery in 3 and then lower. Good. Love you guys when you guys do that. That's a good one. Very good. Any other pair, guys? I think that it's clear as a water what we're spreading on the market, guys. Cable. There we go. That's a good one, guys. For the new guys, this is how we operate. Very, very, I mean, we are friends with almost every client, very close to them. Still, the DV count is in play, Isaac. Nothing has denied the DV count. There you go. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, and don't get surprised to see the fifth wave coming in when the euro and the dollar makes the move, and then the bounce. Yeah, exactly. Still, this can be part of the wave 4. I can tell you this, and within the wave 4, yeah, it's still counting as a 4. Within the wave 4, you haven't reached not even the 30 or 2. And not only that, if you go to the RSI, there's not a single pit of divergence. And on the dailies, if the triangle is in place, yeah, if the triangle, yeah, that can be possible, higher to 58 and then down. I won't take that long. I will stay quiet. This is how we see it on the weekly. Ideally, he's going to test the trend line that comes together with a 618 around 151 and change 150. And then higher in 3. And look how clear it is. What we're expecting, a little strength on the dollar. This is the bounce on the euro, a bounce on the S&P, a bounce in copper, a bounce in oil, and then Armageddon comes in place. Can get us clearer than that, guys. You guys see the path right there, right? I know most of you see it. It's clear as a water. That's what I believe that New Zealand and Aussie, they're doing a three-way move from the top. Because that's going to be the only way that they can stay together with the whole market. You guys follow me? Any other question? Come on, the new guys. You can ask questions. There is about 20 or 25 of you there. You can ask questions, guys. Oh my gosh. I'm laughing, guys, because James, you know what? You know what Lou is asking? The US dollar against the Cuban peso. There you go. James. Any question, guys, about any pair? We got a guy here that is gonna win the $1 million on CNBC. It's gonna take all the members to Cuba, Varadero, and to have fun right there. He better. So, any question, guys, about any pairs? I think the market is very clear. The path is very clear. Before we go, let me mention a trade that I like, which is I like it. I recommend it. Even it's going to be a very interesting Thursday and Friday in the Forex world. Very interesting. This is the dollar yen, and it's been following a triangle very clear there. Look, this is the wave A, and then 1, 2, 3 should do this before dropping lower. Very clear structure. I saw it this morning. Very clear right there. On the weekly, on the daily, I'm sorry. We're still like 74.57 as a target, but it looks like the B wave is taking it should taking away of a triangle there, and then it's gonna bust like this one did. I remember this. That was madness right here. We were long that day euro dollar, and because of the madness that this create, we closed the position. Remember, Ian? And then the euro dollar, boom, explode to the upside. We trade very conservative, guys. That's how we are. We are here for the long run, not for the sprint. But we make picks, little by little. At least we may compare us to many people that lost their money. Any other pairs? If no, guys, I mean, for the trials, there's always going to be a recording in the next few, and I'm going to be loading to this room, to the chatting room. I'm going to be loading the Euro videos as soon as we finish here. No more question? Anybody have a question? All right, guys. Talk to you guys later then. Thank you.